Here we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody on Clubhouse and Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and Periscope. Good morning to each and every one of y'all. I know you see that the background is a little different today because I'm hanging out in a different place. And yesterday I told you I had a special guest. I'm here with my pops today. Here with my pops today. We just hanging out. Before we get into the charts, I want to just drop an idea for you. You know what I'm saying? And today's idea before we get started, we like to approach the market with a heart full of gratitude and with a mindset of abundance, understanding that we don't suffer lack, but I want to just drop this on you too, like just imagine, that there are people watching. It is not our job to quote unquote be better than those around us. You see what I'm saying? Like we shouldn't be striving to prove how much better, oh, I'm a better investor because I make more money, or I appreciate that, Kelvin. I'm a better investor because I can see different kinds of stocks or different kinds of bonds or different kinds of options, or even just having an approach of I'm better than. Like that's not really the vibe. The vibe is that, we are part of a large tapestry. There are people who made real life sacrifices to get us to where we are today. And are we better than them just because they came before us? Just because they didn't go to as many cool schools as we went to? Are we smarter than them? No, absolutely not. I think our responsibility is to the people who are coming after us. You see what I'm saying? We have a responsibility to them. And I'm not just talking about children or anything like that. I'm talking about, people who they just got started investing last month and you've been investing for 2 years. Maybe their portfolio does not look as diverse, or it isn't really fixed up as right. Hey, still help them out, still help them out. That's what it's about in this situation. We have to do our best for the people that are following us, for the people who are watching us. We have to try our best, man. And it's just a good opportunity, like that's what it's about. So I just wanted to put that out there to you before we even get started looking at the charts today. We're doing what we're doing because someone made sacrifices for us, and it's our responsibility to do better for those people who are coming behind us. Man, that's all I want to say. Man, it's just so good to see people, man. I see my man Zay out here, man. I see Big Dog Dennis, what's up? Dr. Renee out here, man. It's just so good to see the bullies in the crib, man. It's just so good to see the bullies. Let's get to it, man. I'm going to share my screen and we can get started. I'm sharing my screen. If you're following along, you can follow on YouTube or Facebook. Just go to youtube.com/JayTheTrader or facebook.com/JayTheTrader. You'll be able to follow along also with Twitch and Periscope and all the rest. And we could just start looking at the bonds, man. You know where I'm going. I'm going to my favorite chart. Let's go to the ZB. Oh, there it is. I see it now. We're going to check the hourly. So that's going to be our first look today. 162.12 has always been big to me. 162.12, because that's when a big weekly gap was going to be done on the bonds. It was a profitable gap. We sold our way all the way into it. And as you can see now, it feels as though yesterday we were getting a little bit of a bump to the upside. In fact, the bullies made money. We sold 7s yesterday. We bought 25s yesterday. We brought them up to 10 or 11. Top of the market was 13. When I signed off, I told everybody that we should sell our way down. And as you can see in the afternoon on the bonds, we did a whole lot of selling. And today we wake up, let's just find our 4 most important levels. We don't even have to stress anything. Let's just find them. Here's our opening candle. Let's just stretch things out here. We're talking about, people say, well, Jay, how do you find it? Well, here's the session line, this vertical white line that ends yesterday's session. If you notice, you see 1700 at the bottom. The next candle over is 1900. The bonds trade 23 hours a day, 5 days a week. So it takes an hour off every day. So there's no 1800 candle. Why? Because the bonds were asleep at 5 p.m. You understand? Eastern time. But as soon as they opened, the first price of the day was right here, 162.15. Let's just drag this down, mark that level. 162.15 is where we opened. Okay, great. Now we need to find our overnight high. Our overnight high is just simply defined as the highest point that the market has traveled overnight. Overnight high. That's all it is. The highest point it traveled overnight. You understand? Okay. And then let's just find the lowest part that the market has traveled. That was put in right here at 0500, 5 a.m. this morning. We had a low of 161.31. And then our high was put in, actually, it was tested 3 times. Notice this, 1900, high of 162.25. 2000, I guess that's how you say that, 162.25. And guess what happened again at 2300? 162.25. So here we are with the market trying to break above, and it tries it 3 times and it fails on all 3 times. And that 3rd time, man, look, the market just makes a nice sharp move back to the downside and makes a low. And what's cool about this low is that it's the lowest low we have ever seen. We've never been as low. If we look left, the lowest we got yesterday was 162.01. And here we are today. We closed, the 4 a.m. candle closed under 162.01. I'm sorry, 162.02. The 4 a.m. candle closes under there at 162.01. And then we even get 162.00. A fantastic night for the sellers, a 25 tick overnight range. And what we can assert from this market is, hey, maybe these guys still wish to get down a bit. Maybe so. So we have to give credence to both sides today. No one is fairly and squarely in charge. Nobody is there. What we have is the market opening up at 162.15, and we are currently trading 162.13.14 currently. That means everything that they've done all night, basically they're right back where they started, only 2 points away from the beginning. 162.15 started it. We're trading 162.13. After all of that up move and after all of that down move, we're basically right where we started. What does that mean? Well, for me, if I'm trying to trade this thing, because I'm not an investor, I don't care what's going to happen in 30 years. I just care about what's going to happen in 30 minutes. If I'm not an investor, what can I say to a market that seems to have not moved all night? If it starts at 15 and it's now trading 14, it basically hasn't done anything. Well, what I have to do is find a higher time frame where I can discern what the market's real intentionality is. What are they really trying to get accomplished? So we had a 60-minute time frame. Let's open up a daily time frame. What if we looked at this market, but we looked at it from the perspective of a day rather than the perspective of an hour? Here's the same market that we were looking at before. Look at it. There's the daily candle right here. Up to 25, down to double low, and basically trading 1 tick under where it started. I believe what we are experiencing, if I had to get my opinions together, and I shared this with the bullies yesterday, I believe what we are experiencing is a deceleration in the market. I think after completing so much good work that it's okay if the market decelerates a bit. It's decelerating. The sellers could just be losing a little bit of their strength, and they might have to get themselves together before being able to sell again. All right. So that's what it looks like from a bonds perspective. If you're a bully, you already know we'll get into the class. We'll talk it over a little bit deeper. But that's what I'm seeing, man. We had an opportunity yesterday to do some good things. We got up as high as 163.13. I wanted us to get to 163.17 or at least 16, but 13s came out, and that was that. So we're doing some good stuff. Let's go check the S&P 500 before we call it quits. Here we are. Well, the S&P has done some good work overnight. Some stuff we've been waiting for it to do. We closed some very key levels, breaking below some other key levels. Let's just find our same levels. Look, the responsibility is to set up the same way every day. Every day. We don't fight different just because we have a different day, different opponent. You know what I'm saying? The market is the market. We set up the same way. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for the open, the overnight high, and the overnight low. We know the S&P doesn't have a cash open or a market open until 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So here's right here. Let's find the open today. The open right here, the 1900 candle had an open right around 38.77.75, right? 38.77 3/4. People ask me all the time, Jay, are the ticks and the points the same on their bonds as they are on the S&P? No, they're a little bit different. See, there are 4 ticks per point on the S&P. What you'll see is 4 ticks per point. So if you want to go from 38.78 to 38.79, you're going to have to go 38.78 double O, 38.78 and a quarter, 38.78 half, or .50. You know what I'm saying? 38.78.75 and then 38.79 double O. So it goes quarter by quarter, 4 ticks per point. But in the bonds, there are 32 ticks per point. You understand? So we opened up here, looks to be 38.78.25. We have an overnight high that was put in around 1 a.m. Looks to be around 38.95.75. Then, oh my gosh, the most drastic down movement that we've seen out of the ES in quite some time. Here we are trading 38.54 with overnight lows put in at 6 a.m. 38.40.25. Okay. 38.40.25. Good stuff. Stuff that we've been waiting on, stuff that we've been, looking forward to for quite some time. We've been looking forward to this kind of activity out of we've had our teeth out chomping at the bit to the downside for a few I would say a week or so now, and we've been making our money to the downside. So that's the market, man. It's nothing crazy. Let's take a few questions before it's time to sign off. If you all have any questions, all I want to do is be able to provide as many answers as possible. It's so good to see Rod in here, and Styles, Derek, GG, I see you, baby. April, I see you. Eddie Baskin is in here, man, and just questions. Also, if there are any other comments that anybody else on stage, man, it's just so good to see Drake and Dennis, Dr. Renee in the building, Zay in the building. Man, anything else that you all might like to add that you might be seeing in the market? I trust everybody on this stage, your ability to see the market as well. Let me know what you're thinking.
I see blood in the streets, bro.
Well, you're an investor and you're an options trader, Zay. Tell me, in this situation, how do you guys look at it? Because as traders, we don't care. If it's going down, we make money on the way down. If it's going up, we make money on the way up. So tell me, what do you feel? How do you see this thing?
This is why you go through your precautions and hedge. Make sure you do protect your downside, whether you're doing puts or you got calls on the flip side where there's some kind of inverse things that when the market goes down, typically TBT or there's some defense measures that you can do. But times like these, I would just say depending on your strategy. For myself, like you said, I usually go long. So with going long, ultimately you're buying time, but you do need to protect your downside. Like today, looking at my long portfolio, it's staying a little bit, but this is also, if you are one of those long-term investors, a good opportunity to get, stuff at a discount price. But ultimately, what I would say though, Jay, is this is why days like these is where it's important to have diversification and know how to hedge, because like you said, you gotta know how to make money both ways. And so market ain't always gonna go up. But I would just say for anybody that might be scared or nervous or fearful, just, don't panic. Just make sure you take some time, assess the situation, test your investment pieces, make sure nothing is broken. Other than that, if you ain't got cash, just cut the TV off, go chill. If you do, go shopping. And that's kind of how I look at it.
Man, in these sort of situations, if you're an investor, you're vested. So everybody out there that's listening to this, and you listen to say he's a fantastic investor, fantastic options trader, good at technical analysis as well. I've sat in a few of his sessions, watching break down different stocks and different companies and stuff like that. If you're in it for 30 years, then you don't have to worry about today's P&Ls. You understand? You don't have to do that. Don't do that. Just keep on buying, keep on averaging in, keep on, doing what you do.
Like you said, though, Jay, man, the biggest thing, and I appreciate you, because one of the things is you got to put that distinction between traders and then investors. Yes. So like you said, if you investing and you going to hold, you're good. But as a trader, like you said, like Jay tell you, better protect that downside.
Your ability to read the charts. Read the charts. You know, read the charts, man. That's really what's going to be a thing that'll make your money be able to sing when you're inside your trades. You know, just be able to read the charts, know what the buyers and sellers are saying to one another. That's very, very important. Antoinette Bass, it's so good to see you. Good morning to you too. If you're new to the financial world, we all are, man. Come on in here and just, make yourself at home, man. It's just so good to see everybody on Facebook and Periscope and Twitch. So good to see all of you all, man. So good to see everybody in Clubhouse as well. Just remember, each Wednesday, I have a free live training. I want to break that down for you. 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. You can click the link in my Instagram bio and sign up. Also, I do that on Sundays at 3:30 p.m. I lead a fantastic group of very savvy traders called the Bond Bullies. They know how to get to the money all times of day. You understand? Nighttime and morning time. They make money in the morning, money in the noonday, and morning at the evening time. I find it incumbent upon me at this place in my life to just serve, the people who are around me, the people on this stage. That's what they're good at. That's what they're really passionate about. They love to grow. They love to serve. My man Ken, I just want to take a moment just to speak about people, if y'all don't mind. My man Ken is quite literally a lifesaver, quite literally a hero, saves babies, old ladies, and people out of fires and flames, breathes life back into them. Not only that, he buys houses for people who are in need and creates living opportunity and living spaces for those in need in the Detroit area. Cassidy, always serving, always giving, always using her platform to improve somebody else's platform. You see my little sis Rave in the corner. Rave is fantastic. Rave is not only a dope trader, she knows the forex markets, the futures markets, and she has a heart of gold, always teaching, always serving. And in fact, she has a teaching section this Wednesday. If you want to learn more about that, hit her up. The bullies will be learning from Ray, a fantastic student of mine. Draker, we all know Count Dracula. Come on, stay up all night. Ain't no TV. Her house full of books. All she do is get to the money every day. That young lady right there quite literally make $10, $12, $15,000 a day, and just as quiet as you please. And when I tell you understands budgeting, can make $1 stretch, can make her $1 behave like your $10. Yeah, that's the strength that she has. What about Dennis? Man, Dennis is not only a pilot that flies people all around the world, but he's a dope father. Let's just go right there. He's a dope father. A single dad holding it down, has suffered loss, has suffered peril in his life, but still made a way and learned how to trade this market. The boy will pick up $50,000, $40,000 a day and won't say nothing about it. Just as quiet as you please, go outside for good old fish and chips, you dig? Shout out to him all the way in the UK. And Dr. Renee, she's a servant of people. She learned how to deal with the whole body, a real medical doctor, and then just said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to serve people. I'm just going to help people. I'm going to put people together. I'm going to show up on television. I'm going to tell people about their health. These are the things that the bullies do. I don't know about anybody else, but what I'm doing is I'm surrounding myself with people who love to grow and love to serve. So if you're in this room, I really suggest that you follow these people that are on stage. Man, if you're following along on YouTube or you're following along on Periscope or Twitch or any of these other places, just remember that you have a community that cares about you on the charts and off the charts. If nobody else has anything to say, I'm going to go ahead and get with the bullies because it's 8:21. I need to open up this Zoom room. And he invented it, so I might as well say it one time. Y'all know what we about to say. Come on now. We got to say it all together. The clock on the wall says that's about all. I enjoyed y'all. I had a ball. That's it. We got the spread. You already know. Hey, man, y'all do me a favor. Y'all trade safe today. If you have a question, need any help, holler at your boy. We here for you.